today about money. Why so many people say I cannot afford to buy gold because it's too expensive, because the price is above 4,000 US dollars. And it's not true to some extent, and I tell you why. People very often forget that money is not only the tool we are using like exchange for some physical stuff or for some services. Money is energy, and everything is starting off when we understand it and we gain knowledge what money is. And also, one of the most important part of this journey is to be fully honest with yourself, with your budget, and to ask how I spend money, because I assume you heard this sentence: if I make more money, or if my wage is or would be higher, I would be better off and all of my problems will be sorted out. It's not true as well. Why? Because as we are human beings, we have this kind of tendency that if we may make more money, we spend more, and still, if we are not able to manage with our money, with our budget correctly, it doesn't matter from some extent how much do you make. Everything is starting off with knowledge. And also ask yourself just a simple question: how much money you spend for something that you really don't need to spend? For instance, how much you spend eating out, how much you spend going to the pub for a couple of beers, especially here in Ireland, right? How much you spend for holiday. And I know, I can hear these voices: oh, come on, just that I'm not going to sacrifice, my holiday to buy, just the, let's say, one coin of gold. And I got it, absolutely. I'm not saying that you don't need to go for holiday. You work all day, very hard, all day, year. So absolutely, a holiday is pretty important part of our life, just to get relaxed, just to get, just the unplugged, right? But if you look at it closely, really closely, you will find out many aspects of our life that you can save money, really. And you will see that it's not 50 euro, $50. All of a sudden it will be more than you can imagine. And also you need to remember that if you have the knowledge about real money, about gold, because gold is money, everything else is just the credit, like fiat money, like euro, like dollars, like pounds. And if you have this knowledge, you know that you don't need to buy 1 troy ounce, one coin, right, of gold for $4,000, you can buy half ounce and you will have just a reasonable price. You still can buy silver, which is much cheaper than gold. We have this kind of tendency, we always try to justify our spending, whatever it is. Oh, maybe I need a new car, a better car, because our neighbor bought just this beautiful, bigger one. We all the time like feeding our ego, and ego is the biggest enemy if we are dealing with money, because we are not humble enough just to stop pretending and just telling the truth. Maybe I don't need this stuff, physical stuff. Maybe it's not going to make me happy. And if yes, slowly, little by little, step by step, you will realize that all of a sudden you can afford to buy maybe 2, 3, 5 coins of silver, maybe half coin of gold. And this is how this journey starting off. It's not about, just going on Monday, paying this $4,000 or euro, because it's not about buying something that you don't understand. You need to understand why you want to buy a gold. It's not a tool, a tangible asset that it makes you rich. It's like the insurance, right? And unfortunately, many people still don't want to see it. Nowadays we are living constantly with this consumer addiction. When you go to your mall Saturday or Sunday, when you buy a cup of coffee, when you're sitting down and just observing people, you can see how many people are completely addicted just to spend money. And then they complain. They complain that, just the bills are higher and higher, inflation, and so on. But people don't want to be honest with yourself. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But if you are able to manage it, you will see the prize. You will see that all of a sudden you are better off financially, and you don't have this anxiety that you almost have nothing saved up. So, what is the solution? Maybe tomorrow, just sit down, complete silence, and think about it for a while. Maybe you don't need to go to the mall for this shopping. Maybe you have this, whatever it is, physical stuff you are planning to buy. Of course, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we need to live like monks and we need to buy some stuff. We need to buy, just what is really required. But I'm a firm believer that all of us can find an area in our lives that we can save money as a starting point, and then little by little, step by step, maybe the solution will be like one day going online or to the physical shop and to buy some coin of silver or gold. And believe me, these feelings is unbelievable, because if it happens, you really understand what is going on financially. You don't rely on empty promises of authorities or governments any longer, because you look after yourself, and that's the final goal, right? So enjoy and just try. Small step, you will be better off, I guarantee. Take care, all the best, God bless, see you next time.